Hi there, folks, and welcome to the Word Solutions for this week's The Daily Rigour, issue number 276. So, for my health and well-being story, first of all, a fitness expert has shared a mind-blowing tip which he claims helps people fall asleep within 2 minutes. So, after how many seconds would you fall asleep should this technique prove to be successful? Well, 60 seconds in a minute. So if it's 2 minutes, it's just 2 lots of 60, which is 120 seconds. I wonder if any of you guys managed to get that technique to work. So on to our road safety story now. So there's going to be changes to the highway code coming into force. One of the new rules is that drivers have to leave a minimum distance of at least 1.5 metres when overtaking cyclists. So what's this figure in centimetres? Well, there's 100 centimetres in every metre, so it's going to be 100 lots of 1.5. So we need to multiply by 100 to change that into centimetres. So move up 2 place values, so the units becomes tens, then hundreds. The tenths becomes units, then tens. So that's going to be 150 centimetres. So what's it going to be in millimetres? Well, we could either multiply the centimetres by 10 or multiply the metres by 1,000, because there's 1,000 millimetres in every metre. So moving up 3 place values this time, that'll give us 1,500 millimetres. So what about kilometres? Well, there's 1,000 metres in every kilometre, so there's going to be a lot less kilometres than there are metres. So we need to divide by 1,000 to change metres into kilometres. So if we move everything down 3 place values, units would become tenths, then hundredths, then thousandths. So that's going to give us 0.0015 kilometres. So make sure mum and dad know all the road safety rule changes. So, interesting story in the world of education, are students saving over £4,300 a year staying in travel lodges rather than traditional halls of residence at university. So part and parcel with COVID is that a lot of students actually aren't in 5 days a week now. So let's have a wee look and see if this is a viable option to save some money. So how many nights in a travel lodge could be paid for the price of 1 week's rent in Scotland? So basically, how many times does £49.63 go into 154? So the answer is 3.10296. So it's going to pay for 3 and a bit nights. In other words, it's going to pay for 3 nights. Now, how many days could you spend at university per week in Scotland if staying at a travel lodge? Well, if you're staying for 3 nights, you can actually stay for 4 days when you think about it. So actually, if you were in university 4 days out of 5, you would actually be cheaper to stay in a travel lodge in Scotland than the halls of residence. So you never know, you might even get breakfast flogger as well. So part C, in which area of the United Kingdom is the highest number of days at university when staying in a travel lodge? So you would have to go and repeat that calculation for all of them. But if we look at London, it's significantly more for accommodation, and the price of a travel lodge isn't really that much higher. In fact, it's not the dearest when you look at all the different areas in the UK. So anyway, if we do a wee divide there, we'd get 4.0408. So London actually gives you the most days. It's going to be 5 days altogether. But I think you would have to check the rest just to be sure. So onto our environment stories. There's a massive battery factory to make batteries for electric vehicles. Hopefully going to open in 2004. Production will begin in this factory as Britain looks to ban the sale of new cars powered by petrol and diesel in 2030. So how many battery packs are they hoping to build when this ban comes into force? Well, from 2024 to 2030, that's going to be 6 years. So if they're hoping to make 300,000 battery packs a year, that's going to be 6 lots of 300,000, which is 1,800,000 battery packs. And there you have it, folks, our Word Solutions for this week. We hope you enjoyed solving these problems. Stay tuned for next week's edition, where we're going to be looking at more stories for the news of the week and the numbers behind them. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, and bye for now.